What's good, everybody? It's the Canard Economy here. I just wanted to make a fun little video on movies. Since the time is about to be spring and summer, it puts us in that mood where we want to watch late night movies and be outside. They used to have the drive-in movie theaters, but they don't really do that no more. But like I said, these type of movies and TV shows would have been perfect for a drive-in movie theater. So I just want to give a list of movies. I did them in the shorts, but they cut me off. Like I said, I need to start reading the terms and conditions and all that. I didn't know about all that stuff, you know, because it's like a daily limit. Now I gotta register my face and all that stuff. Now I gotta wait 24 hours just to get a short. Like, why would y'all put a limit on us like that? Knowing it's YouTube, y'all be bullshitting, bro. I don't know what's wrong with this fuck shit. Okay, so I had a few of them. It's a lot of them. So get your pen and paper. Get your pen and paper, and and let's get started. So, the first one I'm gonna do is extremely scary, extremely horrific movies that I'm scared to watch by myself in the dark. So, number one, but I've seen all these movies before, and I'm not scared to watch them, but it gives you like watching these shows by yourself alone and in the dark. These type of movies, it gives you anxiety, it makes you nervous, and these movies but not all of them do that. Like certain movies, like are so gruesome and real, it's kind of like some people would actually run out the theater. Like if we went to go see this at the AMC movie theater, I'm pretty sure when these movies first came out, people probably ran out and they didn't show it on the news or whatever. But but when I seen these movies for the first time, I was like, yo. Well, when I first seen them, I didn't have this feeling. Like nowadays, I get the feeling because of all the awareness I have about these movies. Like when you do the history on them and realize that a lot of these movies are based on true stories, and this part is pseudoscience because I can't really prove it, but I think the TV is a portal to another dimension, and I believe we're watching those movies through another dimension. You know what I mean? It's like it's another world. And it quite is literally another world because it's not this, you know. They may be 2D figures, they may be 4D because we're 3D beings, and there's beings that are higher than us that are in the 4D and above that we don't know about. So, like I said, this is extremely horrific movies that I'm scared to watch by myself alone in the dark. But I still watch them though. I love the movies. They're really really good movies. They're old movies though, and I don't think they'll ever be made again. I don't think like these type of movies. I think that's it. You know, I think they'll make like little parodies or whatever. But this gruesome, nah, I doubt it. So, like I said, number one is Sinister. You may have all heard that movie, but just the first one, specifically the first one. I'm not gonna explain what the movie's about, but that's everybody knows that's a really really good horror movie. Like the movies are good, but well, once again, they're horror movies, so it's horrifying. It's very very scary. Because there was this scene. I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I'm not gonna spoil the movie. But they have like tapes of they're showing tapes of families dying. It's wild as shit. A whole family dying. Like the kids, the dad, the mom, and dying in gruesome ways, which is sinister. You know what I mean? And these are rated R movies. That's why I love rated R movies. They show like the if you watch a horror movie and it's rated R, trust and believe it's gonna be some horrific shit. So So like I said, number one is Sinister. Only the first movie. I think they had two or three of them. I don't remember, but specifically the first one. The production, the music, the visuals. It still sticks with me. I still remember that movie. You know, just talking about these movies, I get goosebumps, and I love talking about them. It's very very nice. So number one is Sinister. Where you can watch these movies, they're probably on streaming platforms. Not Netflix though. I don't think. I haven't been on these platforms in a long time. So number one is Sinister, the first one. Number two is The Grudge. I know real ones know about that movie. Like I said, all these movies are a long time ago, and the movie was so popular and everything that they made a funny movie called Scary Movie, and it was a combination of all the horror movies of all popular horror movies, and it's a good movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all know what Scary Movie is. So number two is The Grudge, and I still think about that. Once again, getting goosebumps and getting excited. I still think about that because I seen that when I was a kid. A lot of these horror movies we seen this when we were little. I don't know why our parents showed us that shit, but it's good for us though. It'll probably give you a reason to not like be bad and all that type of stuff. And a long time ago on YouTube, I typed in it was the song by Lil Wayne. This is when Lil Wayne was popular at the time, and he made a song called "I Feel Like Dying," and it's such a good song. It's so beautiful. I love that the chorus, but it's pretty dark. It's a dark song, but instead of the music video, somebody made like an animated film, like an animated music video of it, but it wasn't animated. It was The Grudge. So playing that song, if you want, you could type in Little Wayne, Lil Wayne, Wayne. I feel like dying. I don't know if that. I don't think that video is still up, but it was pretty much showing the Grudge creep up while playing that song, and it gives you anxiety, goosebumps, all that shit. And I usually don't get that stuff, so that's why I feel compelled to make this ten list. Because like I said, I could have been talking about any other horror movies, but specifically these 10 are still watching them in the dark. You get that horrific feel, that true horror, that primal fear. You know what I mean? That primal fear of when you know it's like, oh shit, I don't think we're supposed to be watching this type of stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's and like I just said about the TV is maybe another dimension. So that's why I'd be kind of nervous about that shit. I'd be scared that thing gonna actually like in The Grudge. You know what I mean? That the bitch came out the TV. You know what I'm saying? So and if that happens to me, I don't know. What do I do? You can't really run. You know what I'm saying? So number three is Paranormal Activity, the first one. Only the first one. Hold on. That's not true. That's not true. The first three, I think. I'm just trying to think. I haven't looked at these. I haven't looked at these movies in a long time. But I think Paranormal Activity one, two, and three. That's when they was in the. The first one was with the dad and mom, and it was like the home video, and it was in the room. They was recording themselves and all that shit, and seeing all that type of stuff move. And I think that stuff is real. I think they said that stuff is based on a true story, because that stuff does move in the house and all that type of stuff. So, but then the second one was like they had kids. It was like daughters, and it was like two or three daughters, and like the daughters got possessed or whatever, and then they got like just me thinking about that, I'm getting goosebumps and all that type of stuff. It's a terrifying movie, but it's a really good movie though. And long story short, it started to be like a cult type of thing. Like people started to come to their house and getting goosebumps again. But long story short, at the end of the movie, they never found the people. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a bunch of it looked like kidnapped little girls in the backyard of the Paranormal Activity movie. And like I said, that was some scary shit. Like if you watch that movie, if you've seen the movie, you know. Like I said, they don't make movies like that anymore. Like when's the last time we got a Paranormal Activity movie? Like I said, that's what I'm saying. These movies were based on true stories, and you know if they don't get the material, they can't make the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of this stuff, it's kind of hard to create. You know what I'm saying? It had to be like some real accounting and all that good stuff. So, like I said, number three is Paranormal Activity one, but I'll say Paranormal Activity one, two, and three. I forgot how many there was. Now this fourth one is some other shit. It's like I said, this one I'm pretty sure people ran out the movie theater. with this one. So number four is the alien movie called The Fourth Kind. Not the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but The Fourth Kind. The Close Encounters of the Third Kind is a good one, but I don't know, that didn't give me as much anxiety and all that type of stuff. But no, but that topic in general is pretty wild. I can't speak on that right now. So because y'all see what's going on in the news, I don't want to talk about none of that type of stuff. So, but if you want, you can look at the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But like I said, the movies that horrified me, and it gives me anxiety and goosebumps and all that type of stuff. Watching it in the dark alone. Like I said, I don't get that feeling often, but this movie it's gonna trip you out. Like I said, real horror movies, at the highest forms. Like I said, these are all black pill movies, by the way. So if you look at it, you can't unwatch them. Like if you get scared and you have a panic attack or something, So like I said, forewarned. Discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. So number four is The Fourth Kind, and you can search up all these trailers on YouTube. But like I said, the trailers don't do them justice. Like really watching the movie, getting the feel of the story, and all that stuff, actually being immersed in the movie. You know. So number one is Sinister One. Number two is The Grudge. I think they had three of them, but just the first one. Well, the Grudge in general, but the first one. Number three is Paranormal Activity. Number three is Paranormal Activity, the first one and the second one. Number three is Paranormal Activity, the first one and the second one. Number four is The Fourth Kind, but they also have one called The Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's not the same movie. This movie, the movie The Fourth Kind is based on true accounts. Close Encounters is a Hollywood film. So, like I said, The Fourth Kind is very, very scary. So, like I said, is just watching the trailer, it may trip you out a little bit. But like I said, it doesn't do it justice all the way though. And like I said, watch these movies in the dark by yourself at night, really, and just stare at the movie, like just really appreciate that shit, and then you'll get like anxiety looking at these movies. It's really you'll get that primal fear. It's like, oh man. For example, number five is it's called Devil, and it's when they were trapped in an elevator. This is crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. It was four people on an elevator. They got trapped in it, and what makes it scary is that could happen to us. Get trapped on an elevator, and you start thinking about this movie. It's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody got possessed while in the elevator. It sounds dumb, but I'm trying to describe. It's like an old movie. It's like a not old, but it's like 2012. You know, like those raw movies. They were very very raw. They're not making movies like that no more. That was that company film Lionsgate, I think. And what's that other one? It's like known. It's a few known horror movie companies. People that made The Conjuring, Insidious, all that type of stuff. So, like I said, it's called Devil, and it has a picture of the elevator, but it has an upside down cross on the. Like with the elevator, it's like a split. It's like a cross on it, and then at the end, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. But they did. They never found the person though. It was one dude left. It was only one dude left in there, and the devil was talking to him through the old woman. It was an old woman in there, and her eyes turned black, and like getting the goosebumps, like I was getting goosebumps. Her eyes turned black, and she was staring in the camera. She was looking at us like this, with black eyes, and she was talking to us. You know what I mean? But she was really talking to the guy. You know, but she was just in our face with black eyes, an old woman, like possessed, and just talking like this. It was scary as shit. You know, and like I said, being in a dark room alone, it's like you know what I'm saying? The goosebumps, all that type of stuff. I'm like, damn, Joe. Like I said, I don't think they make movies like that anymore because it's too scary. Because like I said, I don't get scared with horror movies, but when I see this type of stuff, it's like if I'm getting scared, I'm pretty sure this is fucking people up. And you know, nowadays people like to sue and all that punk shit to get a, you know, to get a bag. Because everybody in survival mode, so they just doing whatever. So the number 6 is One Missed Call. Like I said, all these movies are so old. Like around this time, I think Blockbuster was still around. Yeah, it was that trippy. And my dad and mom, they would get us little movies or whatever, and we watch it as a family. You feel me? We would watch it as a family. These movies, because they were fun. Like at the time, like we didn't know about all this type of stuff. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun movies, you know. But nowadays, it's so ain't nothing to play with. And One Missed Call, I'm trying to think of the movie, but it's the faces in the movie. Like when you get the missed call, like when you get the call, it's like a face. Like if you searched up if you search up this movie, the face is gonna pop up. So Cogni Hazard Black Pill. If you search up that movie, you'll see the face, and it may scare you, you know. And I don't know if that's I don't know if it's still scary to me or if it's like a trauma response because it creeped me out a long time ago. But like I said, it's called Missed Call, and they had like the little chime. It's like a specific ringtone and all that type of stuff. And like I said, I believe all these movies are real, you know. So 16 minutes in. See, that's what I'm saying. And this is the first one. This is I'm just flowing. So number 6 is One Missed Call. Number 7 is Insidious. I'm pretty sure you all know about that movie. And just the first movie, just the first one, like that being, that red face being, the red and black one. That shit, I yelled in the theater when I went to go see it, you know, because I didn't know it popped up out of nowhere. I was like, holy fuck, you know, and I was the loudest one in there because I don't know if I mean everybody probably jumped, I'm sure, but they was having a therapy session, right? The guy was talking to him. It was, yeah, they showed, like, for example, let's say I'm the therapist and y'all are the people that he's talking to. So he's just talking to him. They do a immediately flash to the guy. Right behind him is the fucking face. It's a red and black being with yellow and black eyes. Like, and it's like, yeah, I'm like, everybody ever I'm pretty sure you all seen that scene. Like I said, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I still remember that scene because it tripped me out. I said it was a red and black being with like Japanese style hair, that type of material. It was scary as shit. And he's throughout the movie, but at this that part, we wasn't expecting that. You know, it was just supposed to be like a simple conversation. Next thing you know, it's just, you know. So I wouldn't really say the whole movie, but really specifically that part. And well, really the being is what trips me out because that actually may be an actual being. You know, if you do your research and you may find out that it has a name and all that type of shit. So number 8 is it's called The Evil Dead, not the extremely old one, but the one from it was around 2011 or 2013, and that was a gruesome one. It was like really really barbaric and horrific and gruesome. It was it was disgusting, you know. And it showed the person getting possessed and they was throwing up black liquid and they showed the holy shit. We just thinking about it because like I said, I remember these movies. It's like it's rated R, so it was like the the being had like a tentacle and it went up the woman in her you know what, and it possessed her. Yeah, and then she started to get like possessed, and she was like, she became like a like demonic and all that. And she started like killing people throughout the cabin. I think it was like a cabin, and it was like a it was a book. It was like a some type of demon book, and they opened it up, and it showed the demon running all the way to the cabin, and it possessed them. It was like four. It was like 4 or 5 of them. 4 or 5 of the people living in the cabin. It's a very trippy movie. I'm pretty sure you all seen it. Like real horror fans probably seen it. Like all these movies are popular. You know, these aren't like low key. I mean, some of them are low key films, but by now they're popular. So specifically, like I said, just the Evil Dead one, they had like multiple. I went to go see another one, Evil Dead, that came out in 2018. That one wasn't as gruesome, but it was gruesome because her mom. The mom killed her kids. You know what I mean? So it was pretty gruesome. I didn't think that's what shocked me about the Evil Dead movie in 2018. I didn't think they was, I'm not used to them showing killing kids. You know what I mean? Like they showed them snapping the boy's neck and killing the daughter. It was some fucked up shit. Because it was only them three, I think. Like I said, I don't remember the movie all the way, but it's a good movie though. I know that sounds crazy as shit to say, but specifically Evil Dead Rise, that's the 2018 one. It's really good. And like I said, I went out my way to go see that movie, and I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, so I hate to go make y'all watch that movie and it not be good to y'all. So I don't wanna clickbait it or bullshit. So like I said, number 8 is, but Evil Dead, the 2013 one, that's the one I recommend. Number 8 is Evil Dead, the first one, because they had one that was in the 70s or 80s or something, but specifically the one from 2012 or 2013. So, and a lot of these movies came out in 2011, 2013. 2008 to 2014 was the best time for horror movies and sci-fi films. If you search it up, you'll see like the trailers were so good. The camera production, the actors, all that stuff. It was so good. So good. And the music too. Like all of it was intertwined together. I don't know what the esotericness of that was. Cause like I said, I was in middle school during this time. I didn't even have a cell phone. So like I said, I didn't get a cell phone until 10th grade. And it was some bullshit. But like it was like a minute phone. You know what I mean? With like rubber dials and shit. You know. So number 8 is Evil Dead, the first one. No, number 9 is you all probably know about, not everybody, but horror films know, like the ghost movies, the ghost encounters. Like around they had a TV show called The Ghost Encounters, but they also had a movie called Grave Encounters, and it was the first one, specifically the first one. They had two of them, but I really remember the first one being so. They went to an insane asylum and they were hunting for ghosts. And it was a haunted insane asylum. And it was like 3 floors, and it was like they had a whole crew of people, and they were just walking through the place, and then they started seeing some ghosts and everything. It was good. It's really good. Like I said, these movies are, I would rate them about a 8.5 out of 10, because I have, like I said, I haven't seen them in a long time, but I'd give them an 8.5 out of 10. And even I think Rotten Tomatoes and all these places gave them a quality reviews. Like I said, these are movies that I've seen myself. So number 9 is Grave Encounters, the first one. Like I said, these movies are extremely scary, and if you look at these by yourself, you'll be very, very terrified. You might be traumatized. So good movies though, and it's good for you though. It's good trauma. It's good trauma. And then lastly is number 10, The Last Exorcism. So I was searching about 30 minutes to find this movie. I was searching on Google. It acted like I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know that, I forgot the name. Like they have so many Exorcist movies, and I was hunting for it because I knew it was specifically in 2011, 2012, 2013. But they got so many exorcism movies. I typed in Google list of exorcism movies. This one didn't pop up. So that goes to show how it's that scary. You know what I mean? It's that wild. Like I searched up all the exorcist movies. I had like if I didn't have that memory of when she was in the barn, it was a barn scene that was so scary, you know. And if I didn't remember her face, I wouldn't have remembered it. So that's why it's good to have a very, very good memory and write things down. Because if I didn't remember that stuff, it would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? It would have been completely disappeared. So like I said, that's all of them. That's 10 extremely horrific movies that I'm scared to watch by myself in the dark alone. I wanted to do the other ones in this video, but it's already 25 minutes and I'm tired of doing hour long content. You know what I mean? As long as y'all enjoy it though, but like I said, I got stuff to do, you know what I mean? And then they just hit me with the daily upload. I'm like, damn. Can't even post as much as I want. Imagine being well, that you can't call it self-employed, you know what I mean? Because you on somebody else's time. Not somebody else's time like literally, but you're on their platforms and you have to abide by their rules and type of things. But I get to make my own content and all that good stuff, which is cool. So, like I said, extremely horrific movies that I'm scared to watch by myself in the dark alone. Number one is Sinister, only the first one. Number two is The Grudge, only the first one. Number three, Paranormal Activity, the first and second one. Number four is The Fourth Kind, but you can also look at Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And they're not. I don't think they're not correlated. They just, for some reason. Number five is Devil, which is the elevator movie. Six is One Missed Call. Number seven is Insidious. Number eight is Evil Dead. Number nine is Grave Encounters. And 10 is The Last Exorcism. And like I said, I recommend all these movies. They're Black Pill. They're very, very good for you. It'll wake you up to some. It'll wake you up to some shit, and let you know what's actually out here. You know what I mean? Because even though we don't see this type of stuff, don't mean it's not going on. Like I said, I don't know how they film these movies. Like these people are really ascended. You know, I'm pretty sure their chakra system is elevated and all that stuff. Because once you elevate your chakra system, you can do good work. You can do meaningful, righteous work. Now, if you're doing it for money, I don't, you got to try a little harder. But if it's your life path and your purpose, it'll give it to you. So, okay. So that's the first one. That's the first movie. I'm gonna do a whole series. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do my Netflix movies. I'm gonna do the animes, and I'm gonna do my 2018 movies. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all likes. Fuck. See, that's how you know I'm not meant to be a YouTuber. Fuck that shit. Y'all know what to do. Love y'all.